Live now. Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to TFT Tarot for Today. To my dabblings with
Oberon
and me, Banshee. Welcome to Happy Hour, the show where we just give you a single card positive message for your week ahead. No questions at the show. Thanks all for joining us today. It's a nice group. We expect more will come in. And to get things started, though, I'm going to use, of course, oh, that's not the right one. Excuse me. Colette Baron reads tarot, just to give us a lift at the beginning from her Good Tarot, The Good Tarot by Colette Baron Reed, where everything is upright and positive. All right, one more shuffle.
Don't worry, it's a family show, family-oriented show.
Whoopsie. All right there. Let me pull that away. Okay, we have the Nine of Fire, which is the Nine of Wands. I like that. Whoops. That's not fire. So Colette says, caution, uncertainty, and reevaluate your circumstances. I need to stop, wait, and look around me before proceeding further. My sense of uncertainty is my inner wisdom telling me to bring illumination to my situation, to allow insights to arise and guide me before I take my next steps. Questioning is good. I will look carefully to see if a different path may be right for me at this point. So there's nothing negative here in saying to be a little bit cautious. As an example, we see the U.S. stock market flipping up and down and up and down and it being totally manipulated by one person's words. And so the thing is, you have to be ready. You have to be prepared. You have to do the research to figure out what's really going on. Like, for example, was the Strait of Hormuz totally open? Not according to Iran. So, this is just a sample. Do your research, understand the issues before you make a move or a step. You might want to invest too much money in something right now thinking, for example, it's a good idea, but it may not be, so make sure you understand all the undercurrents going on in your particular situation. I use that collective example because I think it's a pretty good one. A lot of people aren't really sure where things are headed, and so if there is uncertainty, stay on top of things.
Yep. And I've added Namira to the list.
Okay,
Hi, Namira. Good morning or afternoon.
Change the number?
Yes, I did.
Okay. All right.
Always do that.
So that's what we have for the collective. Be prepared. Forewarned is forearmed. Be prepared. Study if you have tasks. Don't wait till the last minute if you've got projects. Prepare yourself appropriately for whatever you face in your week ahead, and things should go smoothly. So that's what we have for the collective. Good luck with that. Now, let's get on to the individual happy messages. And
afternoon.
Libra is up.
I knew you weren't morning.
Fiber's still in bed. I wish I was there, Fiber. But not in your bed. But in bed. Anyway. It's wintering again here in Michigan the next few days and nights. It's going to get down to 29 degrees one night. I thought we were done with that, but no, apparently not.
All right. And the happy hour card for Libra Cusp is the Ten of Wands.
Oh, okay. Well, Libra, this is a good sign in this deck. As you can see, this person has climbed the mountain and is coming back down. Coming back down, has her feet on solid ground, has her load covered, you know. Help is out there if you feel that you are carrying an oppressive burden right now. Seek out some help and assistance. This bull here, carrying her load, I think that is a bull, carrying her load is showing that this is a time for seeking assistance. It is out there. So, and you know, I know you're concerned about possibly having to move. You know, this could be about that. So it could just indicate, you know, the more you prepare, it's almost like our card for the collective too. The more you prepare for circumstances, the better you'll feel about them.
It could be about that for sure. In my mind, it's definitely points the way towards the road kind of evening out, like reaching a plateau where the struggle to carry your burdens, whatever they may be, physical or emotional or mental, is evening out. And that's so you're seeing light at the end of the tunnel, or you're seeing the ways that you can figure things out, basically to remove burdens or get help sharing those burdens. So this is for the week, of course, and so this may indicate that other news will show where that's going for you this week, that you'll find out, you know, the things you're dealing with will have better resolutions in this week ahead.
So that's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
Alrighty, and Elsie has joined us. Hi, Elsie.
Yeah. I've already acknowledged.
Well, I do that live.
And V. While you were talking, I didn't want to interrupt. Oh, hi, Zach.
Hi, Zach.
We're not doing a general reading today. We're giving you a single card positive message for your
Happy
week
hour.
ahead. It's happy hour, so we don't take questions at happy hour. But I'll get you on the list. Come and get a positive message. I know you want one.
Good to know, Fiber.
All right. So let me throw the list out there one more time with Zach on it. And we're ready to go for Jackie. Hi,
All right.
Jackie. It's my shuffle. You did the last one.
Who did the first one?
Oh, did I do the 9 of... I guess you're right.
Well, or Libra was the first one, right?
Yeah. Did I throw that 9 of... I did, so it's
That
yours. It's yours.
I don't know.
Take.
I'm confused.
I think what you did was you shuffled them a bit and then you handed them to me and I took over. I shuffled and did the reading, so it's yours. I know
Guess
what
that
happened.
works for me.
Hey, it's the day before my birthday. The day before my birthday. Woohoo!
So yesterday I went shopping at some of the local markets, or I should say metaphysical shops around Detroit.
I knew that.
And she knew that, of course.
Just shopping for me.
And a particular person in a particular shop said, "Oh, well, tomorrow's my birthday."
Oh.
So a shop owner that we know somewhat,
Has my birthday?
well, April 18th. I was
Okay.
there yesterday, so they said tomorrow.
Well, one of my followers on Thread said that's her birthday too and is celebrating the weekend. It's nice to have a weekend birthday.
Thank you, Judy.
Thank you, Judy.
All right, so you said this was Jackie, right?
Yes. Oh.
It's the Five of Swords, the card we love to try to make happy.
Well, you know, some cards are less happy than others, but I think what this card is saying now that, you know, you're clearing your head from all of the negativity that I almost feel like whatever internal battle or struggle you've been having, Jackie, is coming to an end. Things are starting to clarify for you. You know, those little voices that have been either arguing with you about what you should do next, where you should go next, or telling you you can't do this, you can't do that. You're finding your way to kind of silence them and seek higher wisdom now. You know, so I think here the battle is ending. Because whenever we go and choose our higher wisdom over, you know, the negative speak, we win.
No, she's Aries, Elsie, but close. She was really on the border.
I'll talk about that when Mr. O reads. I have a thought on that.
So, Jackie, I'm going to go a little bit different here because sometimes I see that factor of people that are sort of in engagements of different sorts, not very nice with each other in this card. And so I feel like some of this could also be you listening to what those other voices are saying and having to really say, no, I have to think this through for myself. What you say may be something I should do, and usually it's not anything good, but I'm going to go somewhere else. And it's sort of like that ascension process. It's like maybe just saying, I choose to not agree. I agree to disagree. So I think that's the moment too of this day or of this week too. And you go and find your bliss or try to. All right.
That's what we have for you. And good luck with that. And I think that, you know, I didn't check my calendar. Gosh, I'm hoping I'm right about this. But the sun is entering Taurus on the 20th. You know, it vacillates between the 19th and the 20th, Elsie and others. And so when I was born back in the day, the sun entered Taurus on the 19th, my birthday. But it was in Taurus an hour and a half after I was born.
Right, so it was at the end of that day that you were born before it shifted into Taurus.
Well, it was in the morning that it actually shifted into Taurus, but after I was born at 9:03 a.m., and I think around by 11 o'clock or something like that, it shifted to Taurus. And so I am really on the cusp. My Venus, is in 0 degrees Taurus, if that tells you anything. So I am very cuspy, but I love that I made it into Aries somehow. Somehow.
Who knew? Okay, so we are on Lena. Hi, Lena.
Yes. Oh, did I not post again? Yes, Lena is up. I will post in a moment. I just want to make the cut. Fill behind there with that, telling my story.
Thank you, everybody.
We will be live tomorrow despite my birthday because remember, I'm giving myself a birthday reading on that show with Mr. O, with Mr. O's assistance, of course. So stay tuned for my birthday reading at the top of tomorrow's show.
All right, Lena.
Lena, I don't know if you've had this before. It seems familiar recently, like you might have. It's the Queen of Swords. And this is always a nice card to get anytime because it's showing that in your week ahead, you are doing your due diligence to make sure that everything you're doing, you've thought out well, you're comfortable with the decisions that you're making and that they are right for you. So I think here this means this will be a very smooth week for you. It's a week that's good for strategizing, maybe planning for the future or planning out your week ahead. Anything that you map out in advance probably will just make the week flow a whole lot smoother.
Right. The Queen of Swords really is a comfortable sense of judgment here. There's a sense of clarity through more gentle, considerations. And although that varies from the traditional meaning of the Queen of Swords, this is happy hour, and we use the Lightsters deck, and that image tells me there's a relaxing moment that allows you to figure out where you're going or how to plan for that. It's clarity with introspection.
And I almost think this is even broader, that you're really mapping things out beyond just a week. Because when you look at the picture and she's sitting out here in the open with all this open space around her, I just feel that she's thinking more broadly and about her life in general, where things are headed, where she wants to be. So this is a good week to do some long-range, long-term planning. Good luck with that.
All right.
And it's yours.
Yes.
And we are on CJ. CJ, can't wait to see what you got me. I'm wondering what he got me.
Some of it may be family friendly. No, I'm teasing. Of course, it's all
dear.
family friendly. You mean the math of her birth time? I guess you knew that for a while. You had figured that out.
I had known that for a long time. That was a long time. And I did check some charting to see that when the moon entered Taurus on the day of my birth, because I knew that I was right on the cusp. And so I'm basically on the Aries-Taurus cusp, and my rising sign is Gemini. So I've got all three influences, the first signs of the zodiac in my chart. So a new vacuum cleaner. If he was smart, but he's not, he would have gotten me a KitchenAid. I want a KitchenAid
Well, let's
mixer.
address the first part of it. A new vacuum cleaner, I'm the one that would end up using it.
Oh, that is true. That is true. I got myself, actually, a vacuum cleaner in the last year, a lightweight one for upstairs here, so we don't have to keep carting the big one up and down. So...
Okay, CJ, I hope I can pull a happy hour card for you after that. No, I'm kidding. It's the Empress, and the Empress knows how to clean up, so hey, why not? Leave it in the lap of the gods, they say that. But the Empress is saying there's a creative spurt, or even more than a spurt. There's a sense of really figuring out what kind of projects you want to deal with right now. And a lot of them may have a very creative component, but more, it's also too maybe about a sense of positioning and aligning things in your personal world. The Empress has control or dominion over her world, and so this card is also suggesting that will be for you in this week ahead.
It's really cool, this card, because in a sense, to me, this really harkens back to the Magician a little bit, because she's got all the elements represented here. Her hair flowing in the wind. I think, obviously the fish on her and the watery images up there as a shawl, so to speak. And, of course, the earth and birthing, the world. And, the heat of the sun. You've got just... universal energy here. And the Empress says to use it for creative purposes, to use this this week to really come up with either creative solutions to problems or, to spark more creative projects or goals for yourself. Do some writing this week or drawing, whatever creative things that you do, or like fiber, hey, do some handwork. I think here, whatever the case may be, this is begging for some creativity this week and producing something, whether it is, like I said, just a solution to a problem that's meaningful.
All right.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that.
And we're going to move on to Judy.
All right.
Judy Kondo.
Did I throw that?
No, I did.
Okay. Yes, Judy is up. All right.
And don't forget to watch us tomorrow for our regular live show. It's from 2 to 4 p.m. if you can make it. We will answer questions there. We throw several cards and a couple of Lenormands to try and determine the answer to your question. Get there early because they always fill up. And don't forget, Banshee's birthday reading right after our opening card and announcements. So check that out. Maybe there will be a showing of some birthday gifts too.
I will be live on my Material Matters show in the chat room, my video that comes out at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Join me for my birthday coffee, my birthday morning coffee. All right. Oh, this is for Judy. Look at you.
You've had this before, I think, Judy.
I don't know, but you have the King of Cups here. And this is just using your emotional intelligence to not just further your aims or goals, but to lift others as well. You know how to lift people up emotionally. And you get people to really appreciate your efforts. I think here that you've got a hand, he's got a hand there. You know how to dip your hand into people's emotions and psyche and read them too as well. And so I feel here you know what people need. You're there to take care of them. And I know you do some kind of, you know, in your own way, you're doing your own ministerial work now. And so I think this harkens to that. And now how much you have grown.
And this is a great card for you, Judy, because you work as an influencer, and this card speaks to that in a way, too. This card suggests somebody who maybe mentors or guides people along, somebody who has emotional strength and values and wants to make others feel loved, belonging, part of what's going on. So it's a great card for you. It maybe shows that there will be some more involvement in things, or even another rippling out from you. You know, the pool of water ripples, meaning more influence that you make.
I feel like you reaching out to others this week will make you very happy. And you will notice, too, that others, you know, are going to be reaching out to you as well.
Oh, you're so welcome.
Good luck with that.
I'm glad you like it.
I don't know. Take it.
It was you.
It was me?
Yes, it was. You're welcome, Judy.
You're very welcome, Judy. Fiber is up. Hey, Fiber. Well, we had such warm weather where it was getting hot in here and we almost were sweltering. We didn't want to put on the air conditioning yet. We just turned off the heat.
And turned on some ceiling fans.
And now we have to turn the heat back on.
Because it's going to get into the
gonna
30s tonight.
But, you know, and I put on cooler sheets and stuff, but we have blankets, so we're just going to make do for the next couple of days as things try to right themselves once more, weather-wise, spring-wise.
All right.
Oh,
naturally,
what?
I get the challenge. It's the Three of Swords. And the Three of Swords says, you are finding ways to understand the hurt and pain and possibly be able to reach back to what may have caused that. And this would be not exactly healing, but it's a first step towards that, is what I feel. That there's an acknowledgement that something has hurt a lot. Maybe there's somebody else involved in that. But at the same time, you feel like maybe a certain kind of strength can come to you by tackling it head on, not wincing from it. And that sounds like you to me, Fiber, in a way. And using your connections to maybe figure out the problems and begin that process, as I said.
I feel something a little different from this card this week. I feel as though maybe somebody is, you know, in need of some support from you this week that's going through some trauma or some grief, some heartache of some sort. You know, I think you have a way of assisting them without becoming attached to it. It looks here as if this woman is attached to it, but I think here the attachment is one of dealing with it, helping, you know how to deal with it. You know how to not allow somebody else's pain or drama to overwhelm you. You know how to handle and manage it so that, you can be of help to them while at the same time, making sure that you yourself, your heart is protected. And so I don't know, I'm just getting that vibe because, when it's happy hour too, you think, okay, what's the happy message here? The happy message is being there for others without allowing whatever they're carrying to bring you down with them. This is about lifting both of you up together.
All right, that works for me too.
That's what I have for you. I hope that is right, but I don't like to see anybody in heartache. So on the other hand, I hope it's wrong. And you just have a good week ahead. So good luck with that. All right, we are on Carl now.
And yes, Banshee's Material Matters is on tomorrow at 10 a.m. We're live in the chat room, hanging out, sipping our coffee or whatever beverage of choice we might have. Banshee gives us more information on the readings for each sign of the zodiac, and we provide a truly supportive audience. We call it the Tarot Tribe, who are there to listen and help each other, and of course keep drinking that coffee.
Hey Zach, that's true, but unfortunately Mr. O is cold all the time. I
was cold last night even though it was warmer.
Yeah, it was still like 75 degrees in here.
My thermostat is shot for some reason.
He is very cold, and I was perfectly comfortable. But when I went to bed later, I was sitting up reading for a while. When I went to bed later, it was cold. It was cold in the bedroom, I have to admit. So,
I know that's right, Fiber. I know you will.
Yes, you absolutely will.
Yesterday, I had oral surgery in the morning around 11 o'clock. I had a bone graft, and they're going to be putting in implants and stuff, and so they cut open and drilled in and added those, and my mouth's still a little sore, so I want to heal too.
And he still managed to shop for me. With a repeat card for Carl.
Drugs for pain.
Hey, Carl, you can support Fiber with that 3 of Swords and make everything better. That's why you're going to have a good week, Fiber.
Complimenting each other,
Yeah, it's really interesting in a way. So, if somebody unloads on you, Fiber, their grief, Carl is there to help you through it. It just shows you're in a really wise place, Carl, and emotionally secure right now, and able to be kind of a grounding influence for others, I feel, in this week ahead. And so that's sort of what I'm seeing here. You dip your hand a little, you measure your emotions wisely. That's not, and maybe that sounds cold a little bit, but it's not. I mean, it's great to feel really exuberant, happy, joy, but it's also good sometimes to be able to temper everything, within, and not make big deals out of everything and not get emotionally so high that when things go down, you're reeling really down. So just finding that sweet middle ground.
And of course, it's a wonderful card because, of course, it's a water sign card. You're Pisces, so sometimes I think of this more as a Pisces or a Cancer than maybe a Scorpio. I have my own card for that. But I like what Banshee said, and I feel like what you said there too, Fiber. There's such a sense of complementary there too, and the Piscean or water sign type of king wants to ensure that everyone is happy, or everyone feels loved, everyone feels they belong, are supported. It's kind of what I said with the other card, but it's just true.
Yeah. So good luck with that, Carl, and you too.
Hi, Sam.
Oh, hi, Sama. I think we can get you in still. Hi, Justice. Want a positive card today for your week ahead?
Yeah, we're just doing happy hour cards here. And the funny thing is I only brought up my oral surgery from yesterday because I noticed that when I've been smiling like I have on the show, I feel a little pull over there where the stitches are. But it healed. Well, it was just yesterday, but the bleeding stopped relatively quick. It was great. I have to do antibiotics, and I don't really feel a lot of pain there other than when I sort of felt the pull of the stitches when I went.
You're welcome, Fiber. And all right, Justice, I've added you. I did Carl, so Rowena's up. Let me just add the list out here. And thank you for the birthday greeting, Justice. I appreciate that. And Fiber got a tooth pulled Tuesday. I got my hair cut Tuesday.
Trade ya. Okay, so Rowen. And it's the Ace of Pentacles. So the Ace of Pentacles says that maybe you feel really happy or excited about some particular project or situation that seems to be growing or bursting. Maybe it could be something simple, like maybe you plant some, flowers around now or some other things, and you're actually literally seeing the seeds take off. But it's also, metaphoric. It's also about other kinds of projects or situations where maybe you feel, your attention to them, your care for them is a big part of how that nurturing will make them grow more and manifest. This is a card of some sense of manifestation.
So it's also a card of growth, and and potential growth. And I feel like this is going to be a week of progress for you. You'll start, whatever you start this week, whatever work project at work, whatever project at home, whatever other projects, personal goals, and things that you want to work on and start this week, you will see progress. You will see it progress. Of course, it's expected with aces that you have to follow it up, with the work. You might start off, let's say, Monday saying, okay, this inbox is going to be done by week's end. And but you can't just say that. You have to follow up on it. So whatever you plan and implement, at the start of the week should probably be successfully completed by week's end. So happy days. I think that's good. Good luck with that.
All right, that's going to be yours. And I didn't add them yet, but did you see Sayama? No, it was Preeti. Preeti came in.
Okay, Preeti.
Hi, Preeti.
That's the last one.
I think we're going to close the list with you then.
That's definitely the last one.
Alrighty. Glad you made it.
All right. I'm going to post the list right now. We just finished with Rowen, and Roberto's up. And I will put the list so everybody on the list will get a reading. Love and light to you, Rowen. All right.
I think it's your deal, right?
Yep. I'm sorry. I'll do it anyway. But yes, it is. You got the ace.
All right. You're welcome, Ren.
Mr. O.
Yeah, I'm doing all the stuff. Oh, I see. You're talking about probiotics. Okay, yeah, I should check that out. Thank you, Zach. I have a pretty shabby immune system, to tell you the truth. Most of my life I've been a real sucker for infectious diseases. I've been laid low and hospitalized twice in my life. One time I was even quarantined. So I'm actually kind of fragile.
Fragile?
Hi, Roberto.
Huh.
Well, you may not think so, but I know that I am.
Well, another repeat card. Okay, it's going to be that kind of day. It's all right. It's the Queen of Swords. The Queen of Swords is back for you, Roberto. And I think here this is a sign that this is a great sign for you this week, thinking clearly about what your moves are going to be. This is somebody who doesn't take her decisions lightly. She thinks them through. She doesn't just do things. So, in other words, this week calls for deliberate, carefully planned out actions that will serve to benefit you and not cause more problems or grief. I feel here that most of the decisions you make will be very sound and will move you forward. This is a time to maybe use some of the week for strategizing, thinking about long-term projects or goals. I mentioned that in the other reading, and I don't know, I'm feeling that pretty strongly with this Queen today. Maybe it's just because we have so much craziness going on in the world right now. So, but this is a great card to get during unstable and uncertain times. It shows that you are managing to look at things in an objective, non-emotional perspective.
So when I see this queen, the queen sort of looks like the quiet projection of your power. And in that I mean that this card suggests that you don't have to be like really showy about how you want to assert yourself in certain situations. Maybe there's a situation coming where you feel you have to show everybody you mean business, but it doesn't have to necessarily be with a lot of bombast about it. It's a quieter sense of the projection of just sort of making sure everyone understands you're the one who needs to make this decision. And so this could just talk about a personal thing for yourself too, that you realize, you don't have to make a show of it. You just really go in there and do it. And to that degree, it also represents the idea that this is something you really are going to be thinking about as you do this, and that informs really how it all proceeds.
And with all the sword court cards, I keep forgetting, and with the Queen, there's no exception here, that communications, are very important too right now, and how you communicate with others. And I feel here, no problem, be clear. You're going to be clear, concise this week. You're going to say what needs to be said, and you'll feel good about it. So good luck with that. Okay, Lolo Leon is up. I'm sorry.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Mix them up, Mr. O.
And you're welcome.
I am? Oh, I know you're talking to
Because
me.
you said thanks.
Oh.
I see you're reading somebody else's.
No.
But you said thanks a lot, Mr. O. That's what it sounded like you said.
Oh.
You didn't say that. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're welcome, Roberto.
You're welcome.
Nothing. I'm not laughing at you.
It's hard to tell.
Snicker. I'm going to be looking for a deck I want to use for readings tomorrow.
Maybe
I want
I'm
to
giving
switch
it
up
to
some
you tomorrow.
decks. Oh, didn't I tell you no decks? I had enough decks.
You're a hard person to buy for, though.
Anyway.
All right. So, Lolo, you get the Six of Pentacles.
Nice. I should have figured that would make an appearance. It often does.
It often does. And so the Six of Pentacles suggests that you're feeling in a real sharing and caring kind of spirit. You're sort of feeling like there's a law of return or law of karma coming to you or around you at this time, or you will see it manifesting very soon. And the idea that you're paying it ahead or someone's paying it ahead for you, with you, and it just feels like there's a lot of sharing. It could be more on the material side, but it doesn't have to be that. It could be just about how people share physical attributes about themselves, sharing their attitudes or their sense of being supportive.
You know, where would we be if everybody was like, you know, a lot of the, and I'm not going to say it's everybody in the top 1%, but come on. You know, we're seeing a lot of greed these days, but wouldn't it be a great world? What would the world be like if we didn't share with one another, if we didn't contribute to one another? And I mean, sharing is not just about material wealth, it's about sharing your ideas, sharing your energy, sharing your experiences with others, and giving to others that are in need if you are in a good place to do so. You always get it back in some way. This is just this is a card of reciprocity in a way too. And I feel here that in this week ahead, Lolo, you will get back whatever you put out there, whatever you put out to the universe. You know, whatever effort or work you put out, you should see some results that, you know, match the effort that you've put out there. It's a nice, even exchange.
All right.
That's what we have for you. Good luck with that. Whatever love you put out, all of that. Okay, we're on Namira now. Didn't I pull that? You did. You did.
I thought I did.
Because I said mix them up. I remember now. Ha ha ha. I caught myself.
I was thinking that the pain wasn't so bad this morning, but worn off overnight, so I'll have to
teeth?
do. Yeah, and I don't really have a lot of pain options. I'm really kind of intolerant of most things that have coating in them. I end up retching. So I can mostly only do things like ibuprofen just to kind of control swelling. So I will probably, I don't think it's a pain relief thing, but I think that when the swelling goes away, it sort of feels better. So that's just how I look at it.
Well, well, Namira, bang that drum. It's the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is here. And the Knight of Wands is just a bundle of energy and drive and motivation. This week you're going to feel that way. You're going to feel very motivated to either go pursue something that's important to you or, you know, to just get your work done. Whatever the case may be, there's a lot of motivation, there's a lot of drive, there's a lot of energy. And I feel here that what you do, you know, and it's interesting, she's banging the drum. And so I feel like it could get somebody's attention. You know, if you put out the effort, you might get the attention, you know, some positive attention for doing so.
You know, when you said that, I thought too about, you know, Namira, a lot of times your questions revolve around the situation with the other person in your apartment building, and I don't like to think that everything, you know, that we do for you is just about that one situation. But on the other hand, it sounds like it's been rather consuming. So this could be suggesting that, you know, something positive is moving ahead one way or the other. It could be specifically with that situation. When Banshee said banging the drum, getting someone's attention, that's why I thought maybe it was about that. But of course, it could also apply to all the other concerns you have in your life, Namira, you know, whether they're things about, you know, your work life or about other engagements with friends or family. This may be suggesting that you have something to do with pulling that energy together or drawing attention to what those mutual or shared concerns may be, or even if they're just a concern for yourself, you know, banging your own drum to celebrate the fact that you made, you know, some really good accomplishment all on your own terms.
Wow.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that. Nice card. Nice card.
And we're on Elsie, yes.
Yes, we are on Elsie. Hey there, Elsie. Good to see you.
Yes, we missed you all last Saturday. We weren't here.
We were over at the Arts and Crafts store on the west side of Michigan, which, by the way, places in Michigan are really experiencing flooding right now. It's at least some of it has finally dissipated. They were really worried about a couple of dams up north, and it looks as though the water's receded, but I don't know what's happened since the rain today. We got a dumping of rain again this morning, but it may not have affected up north this time, but boy, they've been going through some stuff. At any rate, we had fun. We bought some decks there. That's why I told Mr. O, no more decks. But he found something for me, apparently.
Well, there's a number of items. Of course, I just didn't get you decks. But
I know that.
I did tell the shopkeeper where I got a deck that if you didn't like it, you would always give it to me, and therefore I won.
Oh, so maybe you bought it for yourself in mind.
Who knows? Elsie, this is worth waiting for. It's the Nine of Cups. And the Nine of Cups is the wish card. We call that the wish card. It represents kind of a totality of what you emotionally desire happening for you. Positivity of, feeling like abundance, or a wish comes true, or something that just is so very emotionally joyful and satisfying. Because even if you don't have a wish that comes true, it does show you really enjoy something about your life.
Yeah, look at all of this gold color here. And what do we think of when we see the color gold? We think of, success. We think of happiness. We think of the sun up above us. And I feel here that you're just going to have so much exuberant energy this week, either working on something important to you or achieving it, or just some good news coming, that there's some success coming your way, or some news comes your way that makes you feel very happy. It's either something you've wanted to hear for a long time, and now it just seems like it's gonna happen. It's a beautiful card, and at any rate, just believe that you have the ability to manifest whatever you desire. So just go for it. It's a great card. Look at that. I love it. And I just love it because she is just showing, the image in this card is just showing how people feel when they've achieved, something important to them. So
you're welcome.
Good luck with that.
You're very welcome.
All right. And we are on Zach.
Hi, Zach. Happy hour. And don't forget to stay to the end if you can. We do a reading for each other, our own happy hour reading, and then we offer a Namaste blessing for everyone for the week ahead. So we'd like you to stay for that. Namaste blessings indeed. Thank you. Come on, hearts. There you go. Three-peat.
What? It's a three-peat. And I've been feeling a shift in energy lately, so I'm not surprised we're seeing some of these repeats, and they're positive. This is the King of Cups again. This is a three-peat for this card. And I don't know. I feel as though emotionally good things are going to happen for you this week, Zach. I feel as though, if you've been feeling, some emotional imbalance and turbulence, it just seems as though you're finding ways to manage this better. And I think here that, the king is saying you have mastery over your emotions right now. And so everything should feel better, feel good for you, feel more positive. I love the fact that, the waters are so calm all around him. It's as if, too, with him putting his hand out there like that maybe he is making that happen. You are in control. You're in control of your emotions.
Well, it's a beautiful card, Zach, for sure, and it is a three-peat. It doesn't always mean exactly the same thing for everybody. When I look at this card, I think it definitely means a lot of what Banshee said, but I also see this card saying maybe you being a mentoring, helpful, gracious, kind, giving person towards somebody else, that maybe you are embodying or modeling certain kind or helpful behavior, or giving somebody good advice about how they themselves can manage the emotional turbulence or upset going on in their own lives. And so sometimes there's an interactive process, and I like to think of it, that when people say, wow, this was so healing to hear that, and I say, well, when I read the cards for you, that healing process, I also feel that it reflects back to me that I'm also healing myself in a way. And so this may be that situation for you, that how you help heal others or show people to how they heal themselves heals you too.
Well, that's in a way how we look at happy hour. Happy hour is a healing show. There are times where we have to deal with the fact that we're not going to get what we want in life, or certain circumstances change on you. Did I want cancer? No. But, we learn to cope with what we're given, and the fact that we can share our experiences with others, could give people a lift when they need it most. And I know, you've went through some stuff, Zach, with your mother passing and all of that, and I feel here, that your experiences are valid and maybe could also be a lesson for others who undergo similar circumstances. So always keep that in mind. We model behavior, for others, in what we do and how we approach things, and how we handle our struggles in life, for better or worse. I mean, there's something to be gained from, me talking about my failures in life, for example. I mean, so don't discount anything, and use your emotions wisely to help and guide others as well. Good luck with that. Went on a little bit there, sorry. Siama is up. Well, we hope this is a healing show for everybody, because we know we can't always give positive readings and answers to questions, but there's always something in our week ahead that will make us happy. We really need to focus on the fact that, maybe sometimes some things bring you down, but you have to look at the broader perspective of things. There's a lot of joy to be had in the world and out there, even still.
And you're welcome, and we're grateful for you too.
Oh, thank you, Zach.
All right, and this one's for Siama.
What are you going to get? I have a feeling.
Thank you, Jackie.
Nope. Okay. Wow. And we're getting the cups today, aren't we? Some of them, anyway. Okay, we haven't had many.
So it's the Ace of Cups, and the Ace of Cups says, Siama, that maybe... and I know once in a while you do ask about relationships, but maybe this is saying that there is some sort of relationship that could be starting soon this week. It's not necessarily about, romance. It could just be about a strong emotional connection. It could be reaffirming one that already exists. Sometimes we have a relationship, I'm just going to use this as an example, with our children that we're raising, and we have different relationships when their consciousness changes or their way of being able to engage or communicate. So for example, before a child actually can speak, even simple words, we may have a different kind of interaction with them. Once they can speak, it may be a little bit more along, but really, once a child has more maturity and able to think on their own certain concepts, the communication, the emotional bond really strengthens. And so I'm thinking this is just saying this is an opportunity to strengthen those emotional bonds that are in your life or even within yourself.
Yeah.
That's true too.
Here's the other thing. I feel that, Emma, you're going to get some good news this week, some happy news, some joyful news. Whether this is something coming, that's affecting you directly, or it's happy news coming from somebody else, a close friend or family, whether somebody's getting married, having a baby, whatever the case may be. There's positive, happy, uplifting news coming in this week ahead that will bring you great joy. I think, too, that maybe if you focus on, as this week begins, because of course aces too are about beginnings, if you focus on happy thoughts and happiness and being a happy person, putting a smile on your face first thing in the morning, I would suggest on Sunday or Monday, both maybe, just maybe all week. And why doesn't everybody do this anyway, every day? Look in the mirror, and the first thing you should do in that mirror, no matter how disheveled you are, is smile at yourself. Smile at yourself and be and kind of hold that happy feeling, as you move through your day. It sets a tone. And so I think if you set a tone this week will probably be one of happiness for you.
I'm somehow channeling that Al Franken character,
Uh-oh.
Stuart
Oh,
Smiley. No. Good enough.
Well.
Do you remember that?
Yes.
His little mantra.
Yes.
I loved that. All right, so yeah, you go. And thank you for your kind words, Jackie and Fiber. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
All right, it's your turn. And you're on our final reading, Preeti, right?
And as much as it's been doom and gloomy and rainy out there, I gotta tell you, the Duck family came back, the husband and wife, Ducks. And, there were puddles out back, and the wife went over to the puddle there, and she was just having such fun.
Going to town.
I like to call them herself.
Mr. and Mrs. Mallard.
Mr. and Mrs. Mallard, okay. And so, as much as maybe that does not bring me joy, the gloom and the darkness and all the rain, watching them brought me joy. And so, I'm just saying, find joy. It's out there. It is out there.
Behind us is the back commons of our condo area, so it's just a number of other houses, but it's a little bit landscaped, and so there's some nice trees in areas where we believe they shelter, and maybe, in a week or two we might see little ducklings following them. We're pretty sure she laid the eggs because she was a lot bigger up until a day or two back.
Yeah, so we're pretty sure the eggs were laid.
Hoping everything works out.
It would be great. I'm just hoping for the moment I see a whole duck family come through. That would be so much fun.
I love them when they're all greenish looking, when they're like really young. It's so cute.
All right. So Justice
all right,
is
Justice,
up.
Here's your positive card. And of course, happy hour can't be all about the positivity. Sometimes I have to remind people to watch Goth Tarot.
Oh,
Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Don't be afraid of your shadow side. We can have a few laughs there too. I know it doesn't sound likely, but trust me.
Am I hearing thunder?
No, that was my
Okay,
voice.
That's a plane. No, it's a
okay.
plane. Oh my gosh.
Another repeat.
I was expecting this to come up earlier when I said to you, I think I know what's coming, because the king kept coming up so much. It's the Queen of Swords again.
They're looking for each other.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Chasing
But
each other.
Justice, this, and it's funny you get that card, Just Us, because of your name, which kind of thinks of justice.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And, the Queen of Swords is a very just, smart, wise person here. She doesn't make decisions without considering the consequences, not just for herself, but for others. And so that's what I sort of feel this way this week too for you about this queen, that you will make wise choices, moves, decisions, and consider the impact before you do. And so therefore, you will do the right thing. You will do the right thing for yourself. You will do the right thing for others, and you will do it just because it's the right thing to do.
Well, as a happy hour message, it may not be the happiest one, but it is saying maybe take comfort in how you parse out and think about situations that you're concerned about. And this may not talk about having to take direct action of any sort, but it could be that it will lead to that. And so the thing is that this is about maybe instilling confidence in yourself too, the confidence to realize that what choices you are going to make are as good as the choices that even you're just thinking about, because you might have to. So sometimes being smart is knowing when or when not to play that hand that you need to. Sometimes you just have to sort of think about it as your backhand strategy of a sort.
So good luck with that. I think it's a great card. It's a happy card because you can feel at peace and content because you know in your heart you did right by yourself or others. So good luck with that.
I want to give Fiber that laugh.
Go do it. I think I do it better.
Now I'm sounding like my mom, right?
Oh my God. Don't do that. Oh, don't do that.
She had a smoker's voice, and I can imitate it for some reason.
Anyway. Oh dear. All right, so we are on our last reading, except we'll be reading for ourselves after this and then giving everybody our namaste blessing.
I must need more coffee.
Yeah, no, that's the problem. You get too much coffee. Too much
God,
coffee.
you're so lucky this is happy hour.
Oh, man. All right.
Don't worry, I'm heading out later, so you'll be able to recover without me bothering you.
And by the way, I think I pulled that, or you pulled that Queen of Swords. That's
yes,
right.
I did.
Well, it's different.
Okay.
Preethi's got the Eight of...
You pulled that for us,
of
right?
the Two of Swords. It's the Two of Swords. For some reason, I thought it was the Eight, but it's the Two. That's right. The Eight in this deck is the woman by the mirror. And, okay. So it's interesting. We've had, a lot of cup action in these readings, and we've had a lot of sword action in these readings. And I kind of feel here that with a splattering of wands, too, and a pentacle here and there. But I think here the Two of Swords is saying this is a week to take it slow. Step back and reassess or assess things more carefully. You might have been having problems recently trying to determine a move, choice, or direction you need to take, or decision that you need to make. And I feel here that it's okay to step back and take more time with this. Now is not necessarily the time to act. So don't put any pressure on yourself this week. No pressure. No pressure. Just calmly assess things. And, when you feel the time is right, that will be the time to move forward.
Well, first of all, I hate when I have to go without coffee, Jackie. So I just hate that. And I almost always have a headache because I drink too much of it, I guess. And I will try blueberry coffee some days, so there you go.
Blueberry.
Oh, hi, Empress. We're sorry, but our list is closed. We're actually finishing up on our last couple of readings, so we're not going to be able to take you today. We're sorry about that.
Yeah, we're just about done, so we apologize. We're into overtime as well, so we're sorry.
All right, Preeti,
Go ahead.
the card, the two, twos represent some sense of equality or balance. And what I see there in the balance is that you're trying to figure out between contrasting voices that are both really wanting to get your attention. And, your best point is trying to avoid both of them in a way. And so maybe that's a metaphor in a way. Maybe that's just saying this is a time for you to hear them, but not let them engage you. Whatever is going on, trying to get your attention or pull you one way or the other, it may be important, but it's more important for you to have your own sense of time to figure that out for yourself without those influences. So that's what this is calling for you. The happy hour is saying don't feel you have to rush to make judgments or decisions. Take your time. It'll be better. Alrighty.
All right, well, it's good to see you, Empress, as I say there. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you for
Empress.
stopping in.
We're good, and we will see you soon, I hope.
Well, I pulled that, didn't I?
So I'm going to read for you now.
You're going to read for me now.
You're welcome, Preeti.
All right. And don't forget, tomorrow is my birthday. We will still be live, and we'll start the show off with my birthday reading. Woohoo!
And Mr. O may show a birthday present.
And maybe we'll have some cake on the show.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice? My mouth may have healed enough to where I could actually
It's
enjoy
soft,
it more.
soft cake.
I know, but right now my mouth is hurting.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's a labor of love to do this. But Banshee,
Well, you
what
know
is
what
your
that means?
happy hour.
You know what
message?
that means? Then you must, don't overdo your voice today. Silence is golden.
Well, I guess you got that right. I will be projecting myself elsewhere. No, that's you.
That's
You're
me.
projecting yourself elsewhere.
That's me.
That's
I need
my card,
quiet
though.
time
Page
to...
of Cups is my card. How dare you?
Silly man. It'd be funny if you got the Hermit, right?
Interesting.
We'll
So,
see.
anyways, the Page of Cups shows you reaching out and touching not yourself, but your inner feelings in a way too. That maybe this is a card that tells you there's a lot to explore in your intuition, that maybe because it's your birthday or whatever it is, there somehow is a better grasp for you of getting into yourself and maybe getting out of yourself. It's a contradiction, but it makes perfect sense for you in a way that by going into yourself, you also find ways to explore outside yourself. I kind of like that.
Well, I think I'm exploring, I guess so. That's the way it looks. I just feel like it's letting my imagination run free. It's releasing whatever has been locking, my creativity or imagination is now releasing it. And, maybe that comes through giving myself the proper space in order to do so. So that's what I see there. Thank you, Mr. O.
Okay, Fiber. I sort of have no choice because this was a bridge that went bad, teeth infected, and so it's a big gap right there, and it really does affect my chewing. If it was one of the back teeth, I would probably do that because they recently removed another one, and they don't think I need to replace that. But this is a big wide area. It's literally about 3 teeth. They're going to put in one extra wide implant, they call it, and then another one that's more normal sized. And
yeah, I mean, appearance is one thing, but if it really affects chewing and whatnot, I would agree.
It's the whole rationale, because I had
do.
some really wicked bad teeth. I actually went through a couple years as an adult wearing braces to straighten them out because my teeth were incredibly crooked, and I started having chewing difficulties. Chewing and swallowing difficulties because even my jaws didn't align very well. It's a long story.
No, it's not my card, but it's that card. It's a repeat card.
For me?
It's the 6 of Pentacles again. Look at that. So I think what this is saying is, you'll be in the flow this week. You'll be in the flow. Maybe, you'll see financial situations are balancing out more. So that's good. Obviously,
the oral surgery was cheaper than we
the
thought.
oral surgery was a little bit cheaper than you thought. Well, at least for now. It's not done yet. But the thing is that came in a little better. And I think here this is saying you can be kind of relaxed and go with the flow this week. Go with the flow. Don't upset the apple cart, but just manage that flow. Make sure everything is in flow. In other words, you don't have to spend $200 on my dinner out, just maybe $100 for my birthday dinner.
You got it, baby.
Anyway.
All right, everybody.
Don't break the bank on me.
Hold for the Namaste blessing, and then we shall release ourselves. And yeah, it is a little bit of a bummer. My mouth has just been oodles of dollars and problems. I mean, I'm sure maybe between 1/3 and 1/2 of it are not real anymore.
What did the mallard say to the other mallard? I'm green with envy. Silly. I like cute. That. And,
That's
really...
cute, Zach. Thank you.
I mean, the females, the males are so beautiful. In my mind. The female is in her own way. I really loved it the other day. She was also playing in some of the puddles we've had out there, and she picked her head up and stretched her neck out a bit, and I just thought, wow, and then flapped her wings out. I'm like, wow, you are really beautiful. But the male with the green color and the different colorations.
You're more beautiful.
They're very beautiful. Yeah, I like it.
So, right, Fiber, I wanted to address what you said there. That's a very interesting thought because we do seem to have some coincidences between us.
Wow.
So, we were separated at birth. You're the girl that my mom really always wanted. Trust me, you did better without that.
Oh, dear.
I love my mom, but you wouldn't have wanted her as a mom.
All right, everybody's waiting on a namaste blessing, Mr. O, and we're going to give it to them. All right, pick one out, sir. Ah. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, my gosh. Do you know what? I was looking at that card when I cut the cards, and I said, oh, I don't know that we've had that one before, and it's beautiful.
I don't know either.
Anyway, there it is. There's the card.
Pretty.
And it says, now is the blessing. Life is a timeless moment in the eternal now. You perceive a yesterday, a today, and tomorrow. But in reality, there is only now. Focusing on the past or future keeps you from fully living and receiving life's blessings. Bring your awareness within and you receive a timeless blessing. So it's a real nice card, and I've always been, maybe I wasn't always a proponent. Matured and aged, I've learned to live in the now. And maybe even, my cancer journey going on 6 years now has made me live in the present moment. And it's very important to do that. We can help shape our future in the present moment, but we're not living in the future. We're living in the present. And the present is the time to take advantage of things. So do that. Don't just say, tomorrow, 5 months from now, I'm going to do this. Start making it happen now.
Be there then.
Now.
Okay, yes. I always screw that up, don't I?
Namaste, everybody. I hope you have a wonderful day, a happy week ahead. And I don't think we have anything planned. We'll see you next week. What's your work schedule, Mr. O?
For Saturday?
Yeah. Probably afternoon.
Oh, it's We'll be there. I still have another Saturday off. I've had several in a row. Yeah.
Okay. So, same time, same place, next Saturday.
Same happy channel.
And I'll be a year older. Take care, everybody, and I'll see you soon. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye for now.